clearly. Yeah, I think you should be able to hear me nice and clearly now. Pretty stable. Yeah, looks good. Just give me, I think, type in the chat section as well, then I can see it on my side. If you have any questions, and then I'll just start it. So we're just doing a test quickly. Let's see how everything's working. Seems to be functioning pretty okay. No delays as well. Let's go over to the screen. No delays there as well. So let's just check. Okay. Okay, should the image be clear on your side? Just also let me know if you can see everything nice and clearly on your side. The connection should be strong as well, so there shouldn't be any lags or anything like that. Let me switch it. I'm going to switch it quickly. Okay, I think sound should get a little bit better now. Seeing that we have a microphone. Yeah, let me just see that quickly. Well, I'll keep it actually. Let me keep it on my face so you can probably hear better. Okay. Yeah. Testing the mic now. Let's see if you can hear me nice and clearly. It's picking up nicely on my side in terms of the audio mixer. And then we'll see from there. Just let me know. I think the mic should be nice, loud and clear. Let me just put the volume on this side. Perfect. I think we should hear everything nice and clearly now. I'll be able to see in the comment section if you have any questions. Once we get to the Q&A section, then I'll be able to see it now. Yes. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll just wait for a few more. And then we'll check from there. And we can get started finally. It's been a day. We're testing it nicely, and then we're going to see from there. Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay. There's quite a bit of people in here, so we're going to get started. If you have any questions, I'll just check it on the side here. If you need me to repeat anything, then obviously just let me know. Okay. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, let's just check the screens there. Okay, screens there. You guys can see everything nicely. The charts as clearly as possible. I'll check the questions now and then. Yeah, let's see from there.
Okay, so clearly what I'm seeing here is that we're going to go and recap just a little bit. We're going to recap just a little bit. And then I'm going to go through the trades that I had already, and then we're going to see why I tracked them as well. Okay. Just get something clear. Okay. And this will definitely be a session where you can go and click again. There will be more of this as well, quite different each and every time. Just in terms of the things that you guys request, perhaps, or feel free to also suggest any other topics or things like that you want me to cover as well. But I'm never going to get started. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the session. This is going to be one of many sessions. This is episode 1. Let's just check everything is nice and recording there, recording, streaming. Awesome. Like I said, if you have any questions, obviously go and type them in the chat section as well. I'm going to track the trades that I had last week. Now, last week was quite fruitful in terms of options, in terms of the trades that I had. And remember, if you focus on a few pairs, you're able to really, really focus in on the movement of those pairs, right? So I want you to obviously make sure, if anything out of this session, out of this live stream, you take away, that you need to make sure that you journal. Doesn't matter how much you're making. When you get to the more advanced level, the more you're earning, please journal. It's really one of the most important things as well. Okay, so there you go. I'm just going to write down. This is just to show you the method of what you have to do. Okay. Yeah. Method what you have to do. You can have any book that you want. Okay. Any method that you want. Perfect. And then just journal your trades. Write down your entry, the pair that you're trading, and then also write down what the trade was, buy or sell, and then also write down exactly the time that you traded, because then it will show you that you were sticking to your trade window. So also make sure that you have a trade window. If you don't have one, you're probably going to enter a pair like Euro GBP at 11 o'clock at night, or you're going to enter it at 10 o'clock at night. When we all know Euro GBP clearly not going to be the most active in New York session, right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to write down your trades, right? You're going to say, let's say first week October, right? The first time you're going to start tracking your trades. So first week tracking trades, right? So you just write that down, and you write down the trades that you placed. So for me, I had UP, JPY, and for me that was clear continuation. Let me just move it up a bit. Let me just make the screen a little bit bigger. Perfect. There we go. Just going to make it bigger so you can check and understand what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So this one here was a clear continuation for a sell. Remember, there's a saying of like, oh, follow the trend is your friend. Old school saying, right? Now, if you really think about it and you base it on experience, base it on strategy, base it on structure, you're clearly going to understand that when it means, okay, follow the trend's your friend, what does that mean to you, right? Don't just take it from the surface level. What does it mean to you? But to me, it would mean like continuation, right? Continuation that's going to continue in the overall direction that it's been going into. So clearly we can see that for my JPY, there's a clear continuation for the sell. Overall direction, long-term direction was sell, bearish, right? So then I'll look for my setup. If it breaks structure at a certain time between my trading window, then I'll enter the trade. As you can see, yeah, I had the break of structure, and we had a retest, right? And so once I got to the retest, I entered at that point because it was in my trade window. What time was it? Around about 10:30. Okay, so make sure that when you are trading your trade window, you want to make sure you are precise with that. Nothing earlier than that, nothing later than that. This is just extra tips on the side in terms of what it takes to be a professional trader, full-time trader, where you can live with your trading as well. So make sure that you also know exactly what's your trade window. Have a few pairs, know which session they're the most active, and then trade those pairs. Okay, so there we go. So you can see, here's my trade. Had a 1 to 2 on this one. I don't aim for a lot of pips because, sometimes you'll see you want to aim for your 1 to 5s, right? And you want to aim for those trades. And yes, you can, but can you do it consistently as often as you can? Perhaps every single week, have some sort of positive ROI at the end of the week, at least, right? Worst case scenario, maybe the second week. So make sure that you're aiming for just a little bit of pips, depending on your strategy. For me, I just aim for a little bit of pips, and I'm in and out of the market the same day. Well, I also try to get in and out of the market the same day. So I want to day trade. I don't want to sit there. Sometimes my trades will just maybe be a little bit longer. Let me show you a little bit. Just move it up a bit from the increase. There we go. Then I got another opportunity as well, which was last week. So let's track this one, because this is last week's. We're back testing a little bit, tracking the trades, what the outcome was like. I was risking 1.6%, and I made 3.2% on this trade, right? Quick and easy trade. Look at that. Entry, and then I entered, broke the structure, entered my confirmation, and look how it hit my target. I didn't have to sit there for too long. I wasn't hoping for more profits on this trade. I just knew exactly what I was aiming for. The key when it comes to something like this, right? I think the most important thing where you feel like you want to chase more and more trades or more pips, right, is when you don't understand risk. You don't understand your lot size. That's where the true power is. You already know strategy. You already know when your entry is supposed to be, right? And if you're one of those people, you can see that, okay, what's my risk on this trade? If my stop loss is here, what is my lot size? So there's obviously lot size calculators and things like that. On my website, I also have a lot size calculator, which I use for myself personally. So if you don't understand that yet, you can use a lot size calculator, and this will really help you track what are you going to use, what lot size are you going to use in a trade, right? There's no fixed lot size for every single pair that you're going to look at. So, and it changes, right, depending on structure. So GBJPY, first week starts, and I'm up 3.2%. Currently right now, as we're looking at the market forecast right now for GBJPY, I don't see anything at the moment. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Let's close it in a bit. Okay, do you see that market gap as well? Just a side note, for those of you that want to hold trades over the weekend, just know that there's a risk of holding over the weekend, and that's simply just having market gap. If you have a market gap, imagine your stop loss is over here, and you still in profits perhaps, and then a market gap happens on Monday, and then boom, kicks you out, hits your stop loss. You probably lose a little bit more than what you're supposed to. So just be aware of the risk if you're going to hold a trade over the weekend. As you see here, I didn't hold a trade for GBPJPY, didn't see an opportunity, but I definitely for that week alone just had 3.2% on that. So not too bad, especially for one pair. Okay, let's have a look at my USD. Back. Yeah. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. If you have any questions, obviously I'm just giving market outlook, not doing really too much breakdown here. Okay, so here you can see also my, I'm gonna write it down quickly, one of my pairs USD CHF last week. As you can see, I entered this trade. Where is it now? So yeah, there you go, broke structure, showed me continuation that we are going to continue with the bullish direction. And as you can see, entered on my confirmation there and looked nicely. This is one of the most awesome parts that I can show you right now. Obviously, when you're in the trade, not so awesome, right? But you're sitting in a trade. So you're sitting in a trade, and you can clearly see. Yeah, you can clearly see. Market is in a bit of profit. Let me just move it up a little bit. Market's in a little bit of profit, and then suddenly, boom, starts pushing towards the stop loss area, right? So what do you think most people would do in this scenario? If you don't have data to back up your setups, you don't have data to back up your edge, what do you think majority of people are going to do? You're going to second guess yourself. You're going to close your trades prematurely. You're going to think, oh, no, you'd rather close at this loss while it's at maybe this area over here rather than a full stop loss. And this is what separates profitable traders to people that probably never reach that profitable stage. Not because you're not capable, but because you just lack that ability of just self-control, not stepping in, not interfering with your trade. And it's going to be difficult at first if you try and attempt to, do this and have that discipline. and remove that impulsive decision making. It's going to be difficult at first, but once you get it, you'll get it. And once you understand why it's important, why you need to hold your trade, let it play out, you'll understand. So minimize the amount of trades that you place. That's just a suggestion. You can do as you wish, but minimize the amount of pairs that you're probably going to look at so you can actually figure out, do you have an edge? Do you need to start focusing on doing proper analysis? Do you need to find a strategy that works for you? And if the strategy that you're doing right now, do you understand it properly in all its scenarios? Winning streaks, losing streaks, can you withstand that as well? So really understand your system. If your main mission overall, when you get into these webinars, when you get into these live streams as well, your main mission should be to finally figure out how to stay consistently profitable in terms of following your rules and staying disciplined, right? So you can see, we stay in the trade. Let me just check here quickly. Where's this clear entry that I want? I think we had it over here actually because of my trade window. Yeah, somewhere around here. So as you can see, went in profits really well. My target was up here. And I don't take partials. I leave the trade, set and forget, let it play out. Works in my favor. I know my edge. You need to figure yours out. So there you go. Was all the way down, very close to my stop loss area, as you can see, super close, right? This is where most people panic. I didn't panic. Into the trade, so kept holding the trade. Took about 2 days, and boom, there we go. And then from there, I spotted a beautiful, beautiful continuation, right? For the opposite direction. So for the overall movement, the hold movement, which was the bullish direction. And then now we can see market is changing direction. We're clearly seeing the bias change here. And as you can see, broke my structure, entered over here, was in a bit of profits, didn't hit target.